Hello and welcome to World Tanks with me, Jet the Ripper. And I don't really... I mean, this game is sort of going to be another analysis thing. It's certainly a fun game. This was back from when I still had my RNG press account before it got deleted, which, yes, it did get deleted. That's why I ended up getting back on my main account, which I probably should have done before, but oh well. And I'm still on the Tusk grind at the moment. I've not managed to get through that into the Sheridan yet. I can't talk. What I was trying to say is I still haven't finished the Tusk grind to get towards doing the machine yet. There we go. So a lot of people ask me like, why do I want the Tusk? And obviously, as you can see, it's because it can climb walls. No, I found this a really fun tank. Not in a sense of it being a good tank, but almost because it's not a good tank. I have a habit of this where, like with the Brazil Bulldog, I liked it even though realistically it's a pretty bad tank. But I enjoyed doing well in it, and I find essentially a similar thing with the Tusk. To help actually do the Tusk grind, I've recently rebought the T49. So you see what happened there. Someone, I can't remember which one it is of the two who I was with, has a derp gun. They've just hit that T49, and now I am going to go in. You see, boink, and 1,000 damage. And if you look at this guy's health right now, 89. If I'd rammed him a little bit better, he'd be dead. And that's why actually one of the things I do on my derp gun tanks, I try and put a controlled impact on, because it does help when you've just derped someone and you're not going to be able to reload for 20 seconds. If you can ram them and kill them with the ram and get rid of their remaining health. But yeah, I quite enjoy derp tanks. I spent quite a lot of time not playing them, and it was the Tusk that really got me into them. And so you see, I'm trying to ram him there, but someone finishes him off. I find it a really, really fun tank, and this game is rather special. I've been meaning to do something with this game, and I kind of couldn't figure out what. As the game gets to the end, you'll start to see why I thought this is a game that really does deserve to see the light of day. It's not very tactically done. Like, there is very little what you'd call actual tactics used in this game. It's mostly me playing like a madman. We see an LTTB. We still see an LTTB, just not a lot of him left. So I've just put him on 12 health. That's 2 people in a row I've hit for over... I've hit for about 1,000, one including ramming damage, and left on very, very little health. And that is the hilarity of this tank. And then I can do it again in 15 seconds opposed to 19 or whatever it is with the T49. Because it's the same gun as the T49. Now here I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but my mates decide that they're going to go in. And there is so little tactics involved in this upcoming moment. I'm actually going to stop talking now. And in a second, yakety sax, a piece of music you'll recognise, will kick in. So sit back and enjoy, because I have no idea what happened here. So yeah, that happened. I really don't know. As you can see, there was no tactics involved in that. That was slightly chaotic. I rammed a heavy tank. I mean, the most impressive part of that is that I rammed a heavy tank at full speed and didn't die. Which is, as I think Turkey's mentioned a few times, and this is one of the examples I gave, this tank is oddly heavy. And I don't really know why, but it just is. Now, I think here I'm actually going to... I was going to go through there, and then my mates are going after the 430U. And so I decided to turn around. I think it's a 430U. So, tactics time. Because there is some. Here, what we realised, so our team is pretty split up. Now, we see there's a lot of people down there, and they're against almost all but one of their people. So we thought, well, at the very least, they can hold them off while we go focus down. There's 3 of us. Let's swarm again. Let's get that one guy. Let's get him out of the game, and then we can go back and help deal with everyone else. Now, things don't go exactly according to plan, as you will see. But in the meantime, it goes okay. So at first, I'm just going to be driving around, simply because we're trying to find where this guy is. So we're thinking he must be around here somewhere, but we just can't figure out exactly where here is. If you remember, I spotted him around, I don't know, A8, A9, probably A8, but A7. So we know he was around here somewhere. We know he didn't go past us towards, like, A1. So we're like, oh, where was he? And obviously now I spot him here. Now this is a ridiculously stupid shot, but it does kind of get him killed. He has a 440 alpha gun. If he'd hit me in that clutch shot, I would be dead. So, yeah. But now, our team are not faring very well over there. They're down to just 2 tanks over there. Now, we're looking at this, and we are talking about the fact that they only had 1 TD spotted there, but there's 2 TDs. Everyone else on their team is spotted. So their entire team is down on that one line, except 1 tank. Now, we don't know where that tank is, so we are trying to be aware of that, let's just say. So we're wondering where he is, and we want to try and get up behind these guys. You know, here I'm trying to size up their health, and we're talking about what health is everyone on, blah, 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 blah. And then we're like, oh crap, E3, and then we go, hang on a second. It's the rear end of an E3. Now, I tried to get a track on him so that we could all get behind him and farm him. Fortunately, I also set him on fire. I apparently can't climb up there. But you'll see, we're going to get some bit more damage into him, and then I'm going to finish him off. And that's the power of the light tank swarm. Now, we're kind of here. Yet again, we have a decision. So it's now 3 of us versus 4 of them. We know one of them is a full health Death Star. We know one of them is a low health medium tank, like very low health. And we know the other 2 are meh health. The heavy's quite high health. So we know we're in that situation. So we could go after them. We were contemplating going down behind them, trying to get some shots in. Maybe, but we're like, yeah, we don't have the health to swarm them again. We're too easily killed. What we are light tanks. We have movement, we have agility, we have stealth as our advantages. So let's make the most of those. So we decide, right, let's make them come to us. So fortunately, I think one of the guys gets spotted there, and this is sort of helps in a way inadvertently bait our trap. Oh. So at first we were hoping that we'd be able to catch them crossing, but then when we realised they're now coming from both sides, we decided to fall back a little bit. And so our intention here is to set up a little bit of a crossfire. So I'm going to go down here, and we're going to split up so people are shooting from different directions. Now, I can't remember the other guy, because apologies, but I remember Core. Me and Core end up going slightly further back. And the other guy probably gets himself a little bit overcommitted here. A Ninja Teddy. And so what we're hoping for here is, as you can see, we've got multiple lines of fire. We're all 3 of us spread out, so they can't shoot at all 3 of us at the same time. And as a result, what this is going to mean is that as they start coming out, they're going to sort of have to get shot in the side by someone. Now, Teddy kind of pushes a little bit too hard. He's trying to get that damage in. But it's going to pay off for us. But see, I think it's Core using the other derp gun. And so here, I desperately want to get that 140 out, so gun out the game, so that is what I target first. Now we realise they could push really quite easily, because if Core gets down, he's going to drop a little bit further back. I want to try and get another shot in. Teddy manages to track him. I know he's not looking my way, so I take the time, I get the shot in, and now I need to run. Realistically, if that guy hadn't have just fired, I probably wouldn't have been able to make it out of that situation. But as he had, I am. Now, I'm going to try and keep the cover between us for as long as I can. I want to try... The reason why I was heading in the path I'm heading is because I could go either way and they don't know. So until I am unspotted, and that's one of the useful parts about Sixth Sense. I know there's an argument at the moment between if Sixth Sense is even needed because of things like the targeted thing. But I think it is, because especially in moments like this, and especially in light tanks, where that team doesn't know which way we're going. I could be going to the right, I could be going to the left. Now, what we decided to do is split and do exactly both of those things. So yet again, we're going to try and set up a crossfire. So I'm going to go up this way, Core's going to go down south, and we're going to set up in a situation where we're going to try and keep them in line of fire. And see, this I think I hit this guy. So I'm taking the time to aim in the shot on this dude. Aiming ahead of him. No, actually, I'm 48. I think I must have hit his gun. I get there. Now, I'm okay with them knowing that I'm here. This is part of the plan. So if they think that we've both gone up here, then they're all going to follow me. Now, we can pen the back of the Death Star. We can pen the back of the Phaeton. And look, we've got the IS-4. Now, we aren't sure if we can pen the IS-4. I rush a shot there, which does get me spotted. Probably not the best of moves. I don't know if Core's been spotted yet at this point. But we're trying to hit, and I'm trying to spot the 48 pattern. Now here, I'm trying to duke a shot, and I probably end up being a bit stupid because he stops. I'm very lucky he didn't roll higher. See, I'm going up here. I'm going to run away. And I've told Core, focus the 48. There's Core getting the 48. Our little ambush worked perfectly. The situation we're in now, actually, I'm going to unpause because not much happens for a second. Core's going to run away to the south a little bit because he needs to get some distance, and I've run away to the north. We can outrun both of these tanks with ease. We just need to make sure we do exactly that. We need to keep them at a distance, and that is what we've done so far. Now, that was unlucky to miss. It's a quick explanation. Screw it, as I've just fired. If you know how this game works on Team Destruction, you can win by killing all the other team, doing more damage, or simply by having the most kills. So as long as this is a 2v2, 400 damage, can I just put that out? 400. By the way, shouldn't have done this. If I just ducked into where I am now and then stopped, I would have been fine. But there's two butt clenching moments in a matter of seconds coming up. But I'm going to quickly finish what I was saying about the kill system. So as long as we get one of these guys killed, we've won. Now, I haven't noticed my ammo here. I don't notice until I'm only firing heat rounds. But we're in a situation where we can win this, but it's going to be difficult. Now, butt clenching time. Moment number 1. And moment number 2. So, yeah, that was interesting. Now, here I end up being a little bit indecisive. Me and Core were talking about what we should do. First, I was going to go try and get round the back with him. We'll meet up. We'll try and set up another ambush somewhere. But basically, me and Core right now, we're talking and going, do you think they're going to group up? Because if they stay separate, then we can find one of them and we should be able to kill them. But realistically, we both need to stay alive. So we're kind of, can Core take a hit? Well, he can take a hit from the IS-4, but he can't take a hit from the Death Star. So if we find the Death Star, we're going to have to kill him and make sure we get him from behind. Now, we both got derp guns, so we can go up behind him, derp, and he's dead. We see how far I've actually come this way, and it's about this point we decide, okay, Core hasn't spotted anyone coming. Now that means no one has pushed down the middle, and that Death Star didn't push over towards where I ran. So he's not headed this way. And that means he may have headed the way that Core's heading now. So Core's headed that way. What can he spot? He's going to go and try and spot, because it won't be the Death Star. The Death Star can't be there yet. The first thing he'd spot is the IS-4. And he can take a hit from the IS-4, so he can take a hit from the IS-4, derp him, run away. So we're trying to set ourselves up again tactically. We need to know where these people are. We've only got 3 and a bit minutes, well, just shy of 4 minutes. But information is going to be what wins us the battle here. And obviously, we're both in light tanks, and that is where we have a real advantage over a heavy tank and a Death Star. So I've climbed back up here because, again, I've got 3 different ways I can escape. 4 if you include the fact that it splits actually as you head down. And then Core spots the 2 of them. So now we know where they are. I need to go in and get shots. Core takes a hit from the IS-4. The Death Star is turning around. Core gets a derp. He just about misses it. But 400 damage and a fire. And oh no, he doesn't have a fire extinguisher. Now here I'm probably quite stupid. I'm going to take a blind shot. I'm assuming that the guy hasn't moved, but he wasn't tracked, so there wasn't really much reason to do that. See, because now that I've moved forward, I have spotted the guy. Now, Core again has run away. Oh, that was close, considering all he has to do is splash me here. And here, having seen that Core's 120-something damage shot was from splashing him, I thought, well, maybe I can do the same. Guy's on 200 health. Except when I did that, I then went, oh. Because now I realise I'm out of HE rounds, and I hadn't intended on that being the situation. So, Core is going to have to try and reposition here. Because I'm trying to spot up and go, right, okay, I can get that guy spotted without him seeing me. But I don't have a shot that I'm going to pen in. These heat rounds are 150-odd pen, 154, something like that. They're not going to reliably pen. So I need to consider, how am I going to make my shot pen or Core's shot pen? So I told Core he was looking my way. He was side-scraping against the rock. You should be able to get around behind him. So Core is going to try and do exactly that. And there you go. Core's got up behind him. Leaves him on 14 health. Considering my 2 hits on him were 400. And then here, I'm trying to get into position. So unfortunately, I wasn't ready then. I can't get the gun elevation. So there we go. Finally get the gun elevation. So if you look here, actually, I can barely actually shoot up. This is at the top of my gun elevation. He's on 14 health. We just need the 1 kill. 19 damage with a heat round, but 100% worth it. And that is essentially the game right there. So me and Core now were debating amongst ourselves, do we try and find the IS-4 and try and kill him? I have 1 heat round, but I'm on 28 health. So if I get to his arse, I can pen him. And we're talking about, you know, if Core finds him first, takes a hit, then tracks him, and then I jump up and shoot him in the butt. Might work, but we all decide, nah, let's just run down the clock here. And so, to avoid you having to watch that running down of the clock, we just drive around for a little bit, and we win by tanks killed, which is so cool. It's very, very rare that I've done that. Obviously, a lot of ammunition lost, used, and a lot of cost to that because it was all premium. But actually, I didn't even realise that. You notice Demolition Expert. I ammo racked the Death Star, I believe. That's 6,500 damage in a Tusk. Yeah, I'll take that game. See, 1,187 to that T49, 1,037 to the LTTB, only like 80 odd or something to this 140. Like, the damage done was great. The game in general was great. I'm just going to pause it there. So this is why I think the Tusk can be a fun tank. And I have a number of games, not to this extent, but similar, of just derping around and having fun. And I think this is one of the best tanks for that. I'm still not a fan of the mercenary tanks per se, especially considering you've got things like the machine, which are rather OP for pub games, and trying to find a place in competitive. But yeah, on that subject quickly, before I end this video, I have started getting into competitive again. I am doing lots of practices and scrims and all that sort of stuff. Now, WNF have their stream, but obviously that's not all the clan stuff, and specifically it's not necessarily going to be all the clan stuff that I'm involved with. Now, obviously I can't stream some of the practices, because some of the practices are going to be, you know, tactics that they're practicing and getting ready for actual competitive games coming up, and obviously other clans would be able to use that and go, haha, so this is what you're doing, this is how we counter it. But if there is a scrim or a practice or a comp game or whatever than that, would people be interested in me either recording it or streaming it, or both? And that way you can hear what we were saying, maybe, or at the very least watch it, and maybe I can do some post commentary, whatever it works out as. But something that I think people would enjoy, because I think the comp scene is quite interesting to a lot of people, but I think a lot of people don't know whether or not to do it. For example, one of the games, the most recent game, I actually did record a game just to see if I got all the settings set up. And there's a very, very interesting moment in it where one tank didn't exactly know what to do. There's a guy who's trying out for the things, trying to get a taste for comp. So the guy's not done very much of any comp, as I'm aware of, and so he didn't really get it. He hesitated. He didn't want to do something because he was thinking like a pub game. And that ironically then cost 4 or 5 tanks to die. And it's interesting for me, for others it's annoying, but for me it was interesting to watch this sort of cascading events as, 1 domino falls that leads to 2 dominoes to 3 to so on and so forth. And just watching the trickle effect from a single action. And I see that sort of thing when I review my own, do these analyses, if that's even a word, of these pub games. But it's so much more obvious in a comp game because you've got a group of people working together, and the punishment for those moves can just build up so quick. And the difference in a pub game, it might be 10 minutes before, that mistake I made earlier came back to haunt me. In a pub game, in a comp game, that mistake's made to haunt you within 20 to 30 seconds usually. And I thought it was interesting. So if anyone is all interested in that sort of thing, please let me know in the comments. I shall do what I can to introduce that sort of stuff. I've also been lining up guests for Ripper Rambles. I'm still not 100% sure when I'm going to do it. I think the video slot is definitively going to be reserved for Sundays, but the live streams itself may be done on different days. I'll try and put a video out to say, coming this so-and-so, the live stream, and that way people can come watch. I'll stream it on Twitch, and people can come comment, blah, 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 blah. You don't need a Twitch account, but you will if you're going to comment and get involved in the discussion. And I think these are going to be really, really cool. I've even had some wargaming people say, yeah, they might be okay to come on these. So I think this is going to be really, really fun. And hopefully you can turn it into a really cool series. Not that it already wasn't, of course. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And as always, I've been Jack the Ripper, and I will see you on the battlefield.